Hi there. It's summertime, time to make some cold brew. Today, I'll show you a recipe that I like to use with my AeroPress. If you don't have an AeroPress, you could use a French press. You could use, this is from Tupperware. It's another cold brew brewing method. These are both metal filters, so you're gonna get a bit more of a mouth feel. I like the AeroPress because using that filter just makes it a little nicer on the palate. So this is what we're gonna do. The recipe we'll use is from AeroPress themselves. It's 30 grams of coffee, 130 grams of water, 8 to 12 hours in your fridge. Now, I expect you have a scale, and that will make everything very easy. If you don't have a scale, you can actually use the lines for a pretty good estimate. So here I've placed the brewing chamber at just under the 4. Okay, now I'm going to put 30 grams of coffee in there. If you have your AeroPress scoop, I'm using a medium roast, medium grind coffee, and we're going to find that that comes pretty close to 30 grams with 2 rounded scoops. Okay, so let's get this in here. So this is fairly rounded. Grind enough extras. There's another one, fairly rounded. And that yields us 28.8 grams. That's probably pretty good. I guess if we had rounded it up a little bit more, we would have been that much closer to our 30 grams. 29.9. That is pretty close. So now, if we level this out, you'll see that it's pretty much just to the top of the 3 now. So the chamber at the bottom of the 4, coffee to the top of the 3. We're going to clear this off. We're going to add 130 milliliters of water, which will be about 130 grams, depending on where you are in the world. Went over, it's 136. And you're going to find that this now brings it up to the bottom of the 1. So those would be fairly close estimates to get you where you want to be. Now we're going to give it a stir. Got my chopstick, something I saw from Tails Coffee. So we're going to give this a good stir. You can feel that it's nicely slurified. Now we're going to put this in the fridge overnight. You could saran wrap it. I've got one of these. This is from Norwex. Kind of seals on there, and that'll be that. So we'll be back tomorrow to give it a squeeze. All right, so it's been about 9 hours since we put the AeroPress into the fridge. Time to harvest some coffee. Okay, here we go. You can see that's still sealed there. So we're gonna give this sludge a stir. I don't know if leaving it unstirred maybe keeps the fines at the bottom, but we're going to put it on our sturdy mug. This is going to give us what you would call a concentrate. It's going to be fairly potent. Now you can take this, add it to some ice, and dilute it with water. My favorite way is I'm going to add some cream and milk to it. This is, I think, 1% milk. If you have 4%, it's actually much more delicious, but you could probably do any other type of milk you have. So I can hear it pressing through the air now. I'm gonna push it all the way down and give it a squish, just in case there's any extra coffee water still stuck in with the grinds. I want it all, okay? So that's good. I'll put this here for the easy AeroPress cleanup right away. Now, yeah, so 78, and I think we actually put in 136. I usually see around 75 out, so I guess depends on how close I am to that 130 ratio, but this is going to be quite strong. So ooh, yeah, it'll be perfect. So here we go. Tablespoon of sugar. Cup of milk. Yeah, and that's delicious. With cold brew, it's hard to over extract, so you don't often get too many of the really bitter flavors that you might get if you're just trying to make a concentrated hot brew coffee and then ice it. So that would be iced coffee. I've seen plenty of different recipes. You can add different flavors to this now, some whipped cream. You could add it with actual cream and some chocolate milk. Many different variations you can try. I usually just drink it as a cold brewed coffee and dilute it with water, and I guess it would be like a sort of a cold brew Americano. Or I would drink it more like this. Well, I hope you try your AeroPress to make some cold brew soon. Thanks for watching.